Is this working now? Oh, I think we're working. There was a bit of a technical difficulties there. What happened there? Alright, are we live? Oh, it looks like we're live. Perfect. Right, let me share this to the Discord. One moment. Is the voice working alright? Yeah, it looks like it. So as you can see, after last night's stream, I ended up base coating them ready for the paint job. Alright, let's it'd help if this keyboard actually works. Why is the G not working? There we go. Say hi. There we go, just post on that. Right, so now I'm still learning how this all works. I'm guessing I'm live. Am I live? Let's have a look. There we go. How's it going, Sorry, I'm really rubbish at usernames. Saroidia? Is that how you say it? Sorry if that's not how you say it properly. How's it going anyway? How's it going, Frederick? Yeah, for some reason, like normal, I always have technical difficulties on here. It's not actually showing that it's live properly. But I've just checked and it looks all good. Let me know if it's not any good. So yeah, so we're back painting these guys. So we've got an FDM 3D printed one, which to be fair, now it's painted black, actually looks quite cool. It's turned out really nice. And then obviously we've got the resin printed one. So, and we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna do them by brush, not an airbrush. So, because I really want to test out. People say obviously never use dry brush on a FDM 3D printed miniature, but I want to test out, see what it looks like. So let's start off getting a decent brush. Actually, I want to try one of these. The coverage be alright on them? Don't know. Let's try it. So yeah. So first off, I'm going to base coat them in War Flesh. I wish I could say your name properly. Say somehow. Can you type out how you pronounce that name? Sorry, Day. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for joining the stream. Nice to see you. Alright, let's put that on the wet palette. So let's tell you what. Let's just base coat the resin printed one first. Savory dough. Oh, okay. Right. I think I can remember that. Cheers, Frederick. back to interpreting things again. But yeah, so we're gonna basically yeah, so Frederick was just typing out your name, so because yeah, I'm known to not being very good at pronouncing usernames, so when I streamed over on TikTok, I was terrible. Yeah, I was terrible at it. Should have really got some water in this section. So yeah, so to start off with, we're just going to base coat the whole miniature pretty much in this wild flesh to start with. And I'm only using cheap paintbrushes. I think these were from Temu. Kirsty ordered a load of stuff from there, and I was like, just get me some paints from there, paintbrushes from there. Oh, okay, I thought not that mean in other language of a thing. I mean dinosaur and humanoid combined. Oh, okay. Do you like dinosaurs? I see your display pictures. Is that a Yetisaurus? Kirsty, my wife, she's obsessed with dinosaurs. She plays Ark like all the time. But being the black base coat, it doesn't really matter if I miss bits under here either. To be fair, because I was debating to whether to base coat in War Flesh, but then I thought being dark, because we're doing like a grim dark sort of theme on it, I thought we might as well go a little bit darker themed on it. I like this animal too. I started today with Dino Crisis. Oh, Dino Crisis! What, the original one? Number 1? Oh, I remember that as a kid. I don't think I ever completed Dino Crisis 1. I did Dino Crisis 2 when that came out, but it played a bit different, that one. Like Dino Crisis played more like the original Resident Evil. I'm not sure if that was made by the same company actually. Yeah, Capcom, I think. I mean, to start off with, it's not going to look very pretty. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid the airbrush. This year, I'm trying to get myself to do more with brushes instead of airbrushes, because I rely on the airbrush too much, to be fair. How's it going, mate? Oh, sorry, I missed a bit. Yes, it's released on Steam today. So, oh, nice. Is it like a remastered version, or is it like the original? How's it going, Wiz? Quick pop in to see how it's going. Yeah, all good, mate. Yeah, how about yourself, Wiz? Frederick, and here I am in Path of Titans. What's Path of Titans? I think I know, but I like Dino Crisis 2 more as a child. I was too dumb and young for the first one, so I played the second. Yeah, no, I was exactly the same. I had Dino Crisis 1, but I'm not afraid to say it. I was a bit scared of it. I can't even remember how old I'll be. I was probably about 6 or something. I mean, I still don't understand why my parents let me play that then. Oh, it's a dinosaur game, is it? Soundmail just can't be bothered to paint. Too excited for the upcoming models. Yeah, that will be cool, Wiz, when you get your Grey Knights. We'll all make sure to tune in when you're painting them. But yeah, Wiz, I don't know if you was in the chat when I was saying, but I'm trying to avoid the airbrush more now. I'm gonna force myself to use paintbrushes a bit more. Hence why I'm going over the whole model in in this, but I should have already had a reference image open for this actually. But yeah, we're going to go with the green theme. Because I want to try some different methods as well, which are obviously very easy on the airbrush. But I wanted to see how they work if we try it with a paintbrush. And yeah, so this is obviously the resin version. I'm going to do the exact same technique on the FDM 3D printed version. Obviously you can see it's a little bit more rough, but I'm really interested to see how it turns out, and from the tabletop, seeing how they compare to each other. How's it going, Locked CC? Nice to see you, mate. When painting FDM Mini, Ricardo, thank you very much for the subscribe, much appreciated. When painting FDM Minis, what are things I need to watch out for or do differently to non-FDM Minis? So basically, this FDM 3D printed model, you can't really see it because so I literally used the same file as you would resin printed. The only thing obviously I did change is, I'm not sure if you've seen any of the videos I've covered this in, but there's a Blender plugin called Resin to FDM, which separates the supports and thickens the supports. So they're the only two things I literally did on this. And then obviously printing with a 0.2 nozzle, and then the printer profile, because I print on the Bamboo A1, which will change soon. There will be a new printer coming shortly. I'm not sure when, but so yeah, 0.2 nozzle, and then I print with the profile called Dungeons and Derps. Miniatures from Dino Crusade would be nice. Oh, that's a cool shout. Yeah, we could do some print some dinosaurs. There is actually some really cool dinosaur wargaming miniatures actually. Wiz, to be fair, Wiz in the chat. I keep calling him Wiz. He's a different name in here, but I know him as Wiz. He's done a lot of lizard men with dinosaurs. They actually look really good. They might pop up on the Discord here, if I imported them correctly. But yeah, he's done a lot of lizard men with dinosaurs. Did you get new brushes? These are from I think they was from Temu. These ones. There's a whole lot of random ones, so I thought I might as well use them. Right, need to go. Might pop back in if I get time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, Wiz. Yeah, I'll see you later, mate. For Locked CC, for context, I'm using a 0.2 nozzle, which barely visible layer lines. What layer height are you printing at? Because I did used to only print 0.08, but I have moved down to 6. This guy, I tested them out and printed them on 0.4. It took a long time to print this one guy. But I mean, look how, like, that is clean for an FDM 3D printed miniature. Especially the size of him as well. He's so small. Well, that's a 25mm base. You know the board game Nemesis? Yes, yeah. Right, let's continue base coating this guy. Right. Now, let's see if the process is just as good with the FDM printed miniature. I use 0.08. I tried to use adaptive layer height for more detail areas like faces and such. Yeah, that's the thing I forgot to mention on this guy. I used adaptive layer lines on this guy, and it just causes maybe I should move him out of the way. Yeah, it just causes like such a smooth, especially on the cape as well. That is quite hard for an FDM printer to print capes, but with adaptive layer lines, that's just so smooth. The only thing, I haven't actually got the resin version of him yet. I might get him printed this weekend. This would be perfect Dino Crisis board game when you switch settings. Yeah, no, that is true, to be fair. I'm surprised there isn't a Dino Crisis board game, to be fair. Do you treat them any different during painting, or pretty much just the same? Well, normally, I'll show you this guy. Normally, my go-to for painting FDM 3D printed miniatures is I tend to airbrush, because yeah, so I tend to airbrush the majority of the miniature, and then I go over with oil washes. So, and then after that, then I sort of clean it off with a sponge. That's like sort of my go-to painting method with FDM. I guess you are testing that, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying a different method this time. So yeah, like I said, my go-to method is airbrushing, and then oil washes, and then yeah, clean off with a sponge, and then I'll go in with like the little highlights and stuff. I don't know if you can really see it on this guy, but yeah, just like where the rope is and stuff, where I just go over in highlights and stuff. So yeah, that's what I normally do, but this time I'm trying. I know people say to avoid it, but I'm gonna see what dry brushing does on this. Because it's like I'm doing a grim dark style, I'm hoping it's going to look like battle damage and stuff. So those minis look awesome, by the way. Oh, thank you so much, mate. Much appreciated. Game changer. Use Fat Dragon Games FDM profile. No layer lines. All custom settings for... To be fair, Fat Dragon Games, yeah, is a really good printer profile. I tend to use the Dungeons and Derps profile now, because it works. Because the filament I use is Sunlu PLA 2.0 plus 2.0, and that just seems to work a little bit better with the Dungeons and Derps printer profile. How's it going, Julie Hobby Studio? Nice to see you. Would you be able to do a video on your painting process with airbrush and oil paints? There is like I have done a shorts video with that, but it's a very sort of quick. It shows like a quick process of it. But yeah, yeah, that definitely could be one that I could do in the future. At the minute, the video I'm working on at the moment is sort of comparing resin to FDM. and showing, well, hopefully showing that FDM is more than good enough for tabletop gaming, depending on how this guy turns out anyway. And great looking minis. Oh, thank you so much, Julie Hobby Studio. Much appreciated. LockCC, yeah, I'm using the Fat Dragon games as well. The default, the default on that one is 0.08 height, and that sometimes does leave visible layer lines. Yeah, I don't know. I've got this guy. This one was probably one of my first ones where I proper tested it out, and this was done on the Fat Dragon games with a 0.08 layer height. And yeah, you can sort of see how far it's the quality has come along, because up close, yeah, you can sort of definitely see them layer lines, and it probably wasn't orientated properly for printing, but still, for a tabletop miniature, that's fine. Oh yeah, and then we did a troll, same style troll. This is using the oil wash method as well, this guy. And to be fair, he turned out pretty cool. LockCC using Sunlu meta right now. Oh, nice. There is actually, well, I mean, on my there should be on my profile a link to Sunlu, and I think it gives you 5% off if you ever want to use that. Have you tried contrast paints on FDM minis? That is a good shout. I am going to use them on these ones so we could find out. So basically, I'm going to do a base coat in this War Flesh, and then we're going to test out a dry brush over the whole model, and then we're going to do some contrast paints to do the shading. So yeah, I'm interested. I haven't really. There is a miniature somewhere where I did use contrast paints on it. I can have a look for it. One sec. Let me just put my headset there. I am still. Oh, I've got my headset on. Right. Yeah, I am still sorting out my room at the minute. So everything's everywhere. So yeah, so anyway, so this is the one that we tested out contrast paints, and I mean, to be fair, they work perfectly fine as well. As you can see, you can still see like layer lines and stuff, but yeah, that one locked in, still amazing, total good enough for tabletop. Oh yeah, definitely. Mr. Square Peg, how's it going? Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Just ordered contrast paints. I hope they work. No, like I said, this one was done with contrast paints, and they just work as just the same. You probably what I would say, you always want to do quite a thick base coat with FDM printing. Especially if it's PLA as well. Going good here. Oh, that's cool. Nice to meet you anyway. How cute. To be fair, that was a miniature I made for Kirsty, my wife. Because she plays Ark a lot. I think it was something off there or something. But she wanted that anyway. She see that miniature and she wanted it. So, when do you ever look at a model from a distance? Can't wait for a comparison video. Super exciting. Hopefully if it goes all right, yeah, I'll be sort of making that video over the weekend. So, shouldn't be too long. But yeah, so like I said, I'm literally going to do the exact same paint scheme as this one to the FDM 3D printed one. The only thing is the back on this one. gone a bit droopy, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. When do you locked in? Wiser Duster, how's it going? Nice to see you. That paint job looks good. Oh, thank you so much, mate. Much appreciated. Did you prime these models? Yes, I did. Yeah, yeah. With FDM 3D printing, you always want a good primer, a good prime base coat. I just went with black. I thought, because we're going for a grimdark, yeah, it's called grimdark style. Going black is always the best for the base coat. And like I said, normally old airbrush stuff, but I thought, you know what, let's just stick to paintbrushes, just to see if we can still get good results, because not everyone has access to an airbrush. So, and there's nothing worse watching a YouTube tutorial and then it's just an airbrush all the way through. So I thought, you know what, let's just go with a paint job. That is a little ankylosaur. I don't know what's with the diamond, the gems on the back. Unless they have gems on the back, I don't know. But yeah, ever since I managed to get decent results of printing miniatures on the FDM printer, I was hooked. Just constantly trying to see how good quality we can get them. Because at the moment, well, I have my setup for my resin stuff in the shed, and this time of year is a pain to print miniatures, just because how cold it gets in there. And I mean, to be fair, these ones printed great, because I think they're larger miniatures, so you know they didn't have an issue sticking to the plate. But I've definitely had some failed prints because it's been too cold in there. So I watched your resin to FDM tutorial, by the way, and I'm curious, how do you determine what needs manual supports after the auto supports? Oh yeah, so that's sort of a new thing that I've constantly made sure I keep doing now. Because normally I used to just do the auto supports and then hope for the best. Hopefully it's working. But what you want to do is, which I will do a more in-depth video on that as well, because I've only just started doing my long form content as well. So I've got 2 videos now, because I started my channel probably well, it was last year, but like mid last year. So I thought, you know what, let's do some shorts, see how it goes. But yeah, so what I tend to do is once it's done the auto supports, then on the side on light sheet you can do it so it looks like how it's printing, and then all I do is just look at areas where they look like there's too much overhang. I just add another support there. Anywhere where there's floating areas, just add a support there as well. I mean, it does take a little bit of time, but hey, is this Trench FDM? Yeah, this guy's FDM printed, yeah. And I've got a sniper priest FDM printed as well. Which, I mean, that is proper close zoomed in. But how's it going? Oh, I'm rubbish at usernames. I'm really sorry. Non-ever night. Is that how you say it? Well, welcome to the stream, mate. But yeah, so yeah, we're just going to do the exact same thing. Just go over the model. I can probably tell it's painting it like this, you can definitely feel the roughness as you're painting it. But like I said, as long as you're not using paintbrushes, you don't worry about. You don't want to be using your most expensive brushes on this sort of thing. But already with this layer of green on there as well, it's hard to tell that it's FDM printed. Right, I don't know if all this is metal actually. I think the nozzle of their gun is green. Let's do that actually. Okay, cool. Thanks for the info. Not a problem, mate. Mr. I think I said your name right. Square Peg. Sorry all. I must go now. Hope a nice evening and wonderful stream all. Yeah, see you later, mate. Cheers for joining. On my G, is that how you say it? I'm changing my nickname to normal. Oh, okay. You've changed your name. I'll get it. I'll get it now. Why is this there? I recently got an A1 Mini and got a 0.2 nozzle. I'm still testing out print settings and bed adhesion on miniatures. The main issue I run into is scaling. I love how they come out, but I hate the weight. So what do you mean by scaling? Like the size of the miniature? I mean, I'm looking at the miniature auto zoomed in and I can't see layer lines. To be fair, let me try help you. There you go. You can sort of see them there, but like I said, with the paint going over the top, you know, that's going to start hiding them layer lines as well. Really cool to see how far FDM has come. I know. It is great. That's why I'm just constantly exploring FDM printing. And it's just so satisfying. I know. See, the thing is, I managed to print 3 of these in 2.5 hours. One of these pretty much was about, let's work it out, 5 hours for the main body, and then 3 hours for, so about 8-9 hours print. But you know, that's the thing though. For people that don't have resin printers, they can still enjoy the tabletop hobby. Very cool. It's amazing. I gave up on FDM a long time ago. Once I even made several miniatures so they could be primed on FDM without supports. Yeah, to be fair, there is actually I've not actually printed any yet, but I have seen a lot of miniatures that don't require supports. They're obviously bulkier and stuff, and they're set up for FDM printing. But to be fair, I'm going to have a look where to get them from, because they do look really good, especially when they're printed. Once I've made several, so I'm just making sure I haven't missed any chat here. That's the max pain, waiting for the print to be done. Yeah, exactly. My favourite thing, as long as the print works, my favourite thing is leaving it going overnight, and then when you wake up, it gets me out of bed being like, oh, let's go have a look at the miniature. I know that might sound a little bit sad, but... why is this? Yeah, mainly the size. I don't know at what percentage to scale them at. Sometimes they come out way too small, around 15mm range. That's sick. Saves so much hassle and time as well. So, why is this there? Depends on what. Oh, depends on what you want to do with them. I oftentimes get models that come in 32 base, then scale them down to. So all. Yeah. So the way I scale stuff, say with this guy. So when I printed him, he was so small. So what I tend to do, say he's on a 30, his base size is supposed to be 32. Luckily, he came with a base with the miniature, so it was a lot easier. So in the slicer, I import all the size bases, and then I just basically scale up the miniature. So a good way to show, let's have a look. Probably this guy, actually. Probably this guy. So this was another one that I scaled differently. So with this guy, how you want it. So this is a 40mm base, I think. Or is it 40mm? Yeah. So what I tend to do is, it's hard to show. I scale the miniature up so there's a tiny bit of space this side of the base and a tiny bit of this side of the base. With the so yeah, scale the miniature up to the base. I suppose these are similar. So you always want, so say this is a 25mm base, you just scale it up so it sort of fits in nicely, and then that should scale up how it should. I do the same thing. Wake up and check if the print is done and wasn't faulty. Also check on them remotely. Yeah, I've had that sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning whenever I've woke up randomly. Just had a quick look on the camera and be like, yeah, that looks all right. But yeah, for the guys that are printing stuff, what sort of things are you printing at the moment? So to be fair, these are my first Trench Crusade miniatures I've ever painted, really. I've only just started looking into it because mainly being Warhammer, I thought, you know what, let's have a look at something different. I like the idea as well that they're sort of skirmish games, so you don't need you don't need to paint a crazy amount. I'll definitely try to do that. Yeah, so if you go to Culch 3D or any sort of maker world, there'll be, if you just type in Wargaming bases, you'll always get yeah, there'll be loads on there for you to download, so you can just reference your model next to a miniature. Dogs for my old world vampire army. Oh, nice. I've got an old world. I would show you, but the webcam is annoying to move. But yeah, I've got some Bretonians. Well, I've got the old world set that I've made them, but I've still yet to start painting them. All right, we'll just do. All right, we'll leave that as that. Oh yeah, we was gonna paint the ends of the guns, weren't we? Gone a bit blurry then. We'll do the same to the resin one. Printing minis, no, only sculpting now. Oh, nice. What sort of miniatures do you sculpt? Yeah, you can definitely tell when now I've moved back to the resin how well the paintbrush flows on this guy, because you obviously are hitting sort of the tiny little yeah, the tiny little layer lines, even though they're not that visible. Trench Crusade, of course. Oh, nice. Do you have your miniatures of like online and stuff? Back to this guy. Yeah, you can definitely tell as well that the you're gonna want a few more passes on this guy. But still, just generally looking at him like that, it's gonna be hard to tell that that's FDM printed from oh, nice. Yeah, if you have them online, yeah, you're more than welcome to join the Discord, and you're more than welcome to advertise them on there. We've got loads of 3D printers on there. Well, people that 3D print. Asking again, are you doing the prompt video? I know there are only 2 entries, but I want recognition. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll sort that. It was just the annoying time, like literally with work, when we planned that. With work, it had just been so busy, and yeah, it was a bit of a hectic time. But what I'll probably do, I'll see the entries from this month's painting prompt, and then I'll probably combine the two. So I'll do January's and February's together. But don't worry, you will get recognition, definitely from your superb photography. I came to admire, not advertise. Alright, so I think this guy's pretty much all covered now, how we want him. And so's this guy. Let's just do the helmet a bit. Right, onto the dry brushing stage, I suppose. Which, not sure how it's going to go with the FDM 3D printed miniature, but we'll find out. Alright, let's just get that prepared then. There we go. But yeah, thanks guys for keeping me company while we're painting these guys. Much appreciated. Clean that off. Right, so let's get a dry brush. Not really sure. I'm hoping. So I found this while sorting out the bedroom, and it was fell behind the settee. Oh, you can't see it in the settee, and it's Kirsty's old makeup brush. So I'm hoping she don't want it. She's not having it now. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the top of this. I'm still deciding on what we want to go with first. We want to go with like a nice olive green, really, don't we? Yeah, I think that one. Right, let's do the resin miniatures. So yeah, so what is this one? So it's called, quite an old paint. It's been in there for a while. Bright green. Okay. So camo, German camo bright green. That's what we're going with next. So this is where the dry brushing's going to come into it. What I like to do when I am dry brushing, I just tend to use do it on the base first to just sort of have a look how it's coming out. So yeah, so what we're going to do, just go over the top, pick out the lighter areas. Yeah, I think them two colours work quite nice together actually. See, this is the part that might make the FDM printed miniature look a little bit liney, but it's all part of the experiment. But yeah, it's all about trying to make this guy look quite battle worn as well. So we're mainly going to be aiming for the top sections of this guy. Also, to be fair, my resin printer isn't the best. It's quite an old one now. It's a Elegoo Mars 3, I believe. So it's quite a low quality 3D printer, but it still produces decent miniatures. I mean, in the future, I'll probably look at upgrading resin, but like I say, I'm a bit obsessed with FDM 3D printing, to be fair. So. Yeah, it looks coming on nicely with them two colour tones. Building some outrider bikers at the moment. I've gotten a bit into vehicles. Oh, nice! You have to send over some photos. I'll have a look. Oh dear. I just heard something snap then. Oh, it's the hand. Oops. Oops. I'll be alright. Yeah, so that's cool. Not even primed yet, but yeah, in time. Julian Burnett, thank you very much for the subscribe. Much appreciated. The only thing is with the subscribe, I'm not sure if people are actually watching on the stream or it's they're subscribing from a video. That's the difference in YouTube, but I'm still getting used to streaming on YouTube anyway. So But yeah, there you go. So that's gave a nice contrast to him. A method that I don't normally do anyway. So yeah, I would normally use an airbrush for this thing, but for being grim dark, this is definitely a good way of doing it. I'm just trying to fill that bit in where I didn't have as much. Right. Might just do a tad little bit more under there. There we go. Right, now let's have a look, see if we can get the same effect as that on the FDM printed one. It'll be a good experiment. Has anyone got anything good planned this weekend? It's Valentine's tomorrow, isn't it? But not that we do anything. To be fair, that ain't too bad. I thought you was going to see the layer lines a lot more than that. I know dry brushing is a definite no-no on FDM printing miniatures, but it's all about what it's going to look like on the tabletop. Print and paint some flowers for Kirsty. I mean, that's a good shout. I could leave him printing overnight tonight. and then in the morning I'll be like, here you go. I've got some nice coloured filament as well. We've got some rainbow coloured one. Do it in that. I do really like these miniatures though, from Trench Crusade. Like I said, it's the first time painting Trench Crusade. My girlfriend got Lego flowers. Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, I have seen them Lego flowers. I've done a little bit too much on that one. Oh well. The next step should help. Just make sure I didn't miss any chat. How are you anyway, Frederick, after falling down the stairs? Hope you're okay. Okay, you can sort of see all the layer lines now. I've started dry brushing. But still, you know, I ain't too fussed about that. It's not the worst I've seen printed miniatures. All right, got sick of. Oh, you got a cold again, or illness again. To be fair, I had one beginning of the week. Right, I think that'll do for now for him. So let's have a quick comparison between the two. Very similar. I've gone a bit too much with the dry brush on this, but obviously the next step will help with that. But I mean, looking at them in general, not too much of a difference. Right, let me just clean that brush up. Sorry, I'm rocking the camera. It's just my my cleaning pot's right next to it. Right, so then the next method I'm going to do, so from the underneath, I'm going to be using contrast paint. Well, I'll call it contrast paint. It's Vallejo's version of speed paints, which is what's that? Troll green, and then a mix of. I'm going to actually no. I'm going to add brown into it instead. Yeah, and then add some dwarf skin. So then basically, I'm going to mix this in with some medium. If I've got some medium, should do somewhere. Yeah. So, and then mix in with some express medium. Should really make this in the mixing pot actually. I did a little video on. Let's do that for demonstration purposes. So we're going to go. It's going to be a very, very watered down version of speed paint or express color range from Vallejo. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 1. 2, 1. Put them out of the way so you can see that. And then now to choose a paintbrush that will work okay. Probably this one. Actually, I think I want to make that darker. Let's add 2 bits of brown in there. Because we wanted like a dark green. Yeah, I think that's going to look nice. Right, and then now I've got to try add some water to the mix. 1 second. So it's going to be more of like a glaze, I would say. Yeah, there we go. That's nice and thin. Right, so I'm getting confused which one's the resin and the FDM printed one. So with this, now we've got this nice watered down sort of contrast glaze. We're going to go like all under the sort of bottom areas, like here. Will take a little while to dry though, but That's where a hairdryer will probably come in handy. And we're just going to go around where all like the creases are, where there's going to be deep recesses. I mean, in theory, you could probably just go over the whole miniature in this. Probably didn't want to do that much in there. I might just cover the whole area there. Luckily, this stuff does dry quite quick, though. To be fair, so that's a plus. Oh, I have missed some in there, though. Oh well, definitely going to be some battle damage there. I just noticed that. I might actually add a bit of black to it, to be fair, just to bring that colour down a little bit. Because I feel like it needs just. Oh no, that's blue. I don't want to have blue. I'm colourblind now. There you go. I just feel like it just needs that little bit more dark. It needs to be a little bit more dark. Might have just made this too dark now, but have a look. No, that's made it alright. That's made it alright. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Because we can always go over with the airbrush again. No, not the airbrush, the dry brush again. To just lighten some areas that we need to. Not really sure what colour these bits are supposed to be, but we can figure that out. What miniature do you think I should try print on the FDM printer next? I was thinking about it. So I've done some Trench Crusade. So I might do some other Trench Crusade miniatures. See how they turn out. Alright, well, we'll wait for that guy to dry. So yeah, as you can see, it's just got a little bit of more shade into it. Right, so we're using it more of a sort of a glaze in areas. Move him out of the way. Yeah, it's a nice little hack you can do with contrast paints. You can easily turn them into a glaze, so it sort of blends everything together nicely. I mean, like I said, I could do this on the whole miniature, but I'm just going over areas where I think would be more like slightly darker areas. Yeah, so we'll just keep going over, because obviously when that dries, you just go over it again. Just makes it slightly darker every time we go past. Just blending them dry brushes together. And to be fair, now with even though the layer lines was quite visible, now we've gone over with the contrast sort of glaze that's starting to hide them. This back area, you can obviously still see the layer lines, but once we start getting the battle damage on there, hopefully that'll start hiding them layer lines even more. But to be fair, I am quite confident at tabletop, sort of when these are on the tabletop together from a distance. I don't think you'll be able to tell the difference between well, the difference too much between the resin and the FDM printed one. But like I said, this experiment was to just see, you know what, is FDM printing good enough to make tabletop miniatures? And, you know, looking at this already, you know, I'll be happy to play with this guy. I mean, it's not going to win any painting competitions or anything, because people are going to look at it up close, but from a distance. I'll just darken that front area a bit. Alright, so that's them side by side. Obviously, yeah, you can see the resin one's a little bit smoother. Well, I'll say a little bit, quite a bit smoother. But I'll be back in a sec. Just need to go for a wee. 1 sec. Right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Alright, so I might go over it again. So let this guy dry a little bit. And then let this go over again with a little bit more glaze. But as you can see, sort of in the creases, you can sort of see the darker area. And then we're going to go slightly a lighter tone again with a dry brush. So let's put a bit here, a bit under here. A lot of the time, I just sort of test stuff out. I don't really have a plan. This one I had a little bit of a plan, what I wanted to do, what I wanted to achieve. We'll go get some on his face, darken that area up. We do. Might add some drips from here. Just darken these up so when it comes to doing sort of the weathering effect on it, that might help sort of with the rusty if we do some drips out of where the battle damage is. I mean, it might not. It's just, like I said, I always just have a mess about. To be fair, these would work really well as proxies for mechanical autumn. Yes, they would, yeah. Well, to be fair, the thing that got me looking at these guys is I've just finished watching season 2 of Fallout, and obviously the Brotherhood armor, they just remind me of that. And I was like, you know what, I want to print some of them. To be fair, I'm happy with that guy now. He's got enough shading on there. And like I said, what we're going to do, we're going to go for a very light dry brush. I keep saying airbrush because I'm so used to using an airbrush. Let's move him out of the way. Let's get him more in shot. What miniatures have you been working on lately then, Frederick? Or was the painting prompts the sort of last ones you done? To be fair, the bases on them painting on them ones were so good. The lava ones. I might do the same again on these, where we just do some sort of marks down here just to darken this area. Some kill team working on terrain. So that's another thing that I've been looking at. I've been looking at some cool terrain to 3D print and well, eventually paint. So there will be some of that. Oh, Frederick, I think there was your miniature just was just on there just a minute ago. Other than that, bikes, I've got a 500-point printed army from a friend who's trying to get me into 40k. What army's that? Is that the Space Marine? Yeah, the tank, happy with that. There should be some updated photos in there, but I'm not sure if it has worked or not. Alright, I've just got paint in my eye. Custom ultramarine shoulders and all. Oh, sweet. Well, my New Year's resolution was to eventually start playing Warhammer 40k, but now I've started looking into Trench Crusade. I'm a bit like, well, maybe I'll have a game of that first. Because it seems quite simple to get into. Alright, so I think that'll do for this guy. Probably a little bit more under here. Right, so this guy should be done enough. So the only thing is, for the next step, I wanted to test out where you sort of dab. My hair's sticking on there. Where you dab to make armor damage. The only problem is, I don't know where my sponge is. Oh, I've got this. This might work actually. Yeah, so if we take this sponge, cut a bit off it. Yeah, this should work, shouldn't it? And then, what do we want to go with? Like a nice dark brown, don't we? Rhinox hide. Shall we try that? I need something to dab it with, though. That's the problem. Move that out of the way because we might use that wash again shortly, depending if I mess this up or not. I could do with some like tweezers or something that would. I think this might be a little bit too big for what I want to use it for. Would that be too? Oh, there's a hair stuck to it. Would that be too? I don't know. I think that might work. Just use a pair of pliers. I thought I did have some tweezers somewhere, but obviously not. Oh well. Right, so what we're going to do is dab that in there. Then we'll dab that into the brown, and then just dab some on there. Don't know if this is going to be a bit too dark though for the damage. Let's just test it on this bit. LockCC just turned back in, making good progress. Oh, thank you very much, LockCC. Nice. Well, welcome back. Yeah, well, I'm just testing out the damage bit. I've not really tried this before, but I don't know if it's going to be too. Nah, that looks cool actually. The only problem is, I think I need a bigger bit because that's too soft. Problem is, I don't know how much is too much, to be fair. That's a big bit of damage there. Like I say, it's probably best with tweezers to do this, but obviously I've only got a pair of pliers, so oh dear, it's probably a little bit too much there. Let's try to flick that off a little bit. Can't have too much grime. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I want to try get a bit under there, but I don't want it too big. Let's have a look. Maybe I need to get a little bit more on there. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, in the middle. Didn't realise I'll get so excited about getting grime on the miniature. A bit on his handlet. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Actually looks quite cool. Actually, I've never really tried this method before, but I mean it's going to take a while because basically what I'm going to do after this is go round all the grime and then sort of give it a bit of a highlight. I basically want to, because there is actually indents in the actual armour, so I'm going to try aim for them bits as well. Looks like they've been in the trenches for a while. I suppose that's a good sign, isn't it? Don't know. I should really do this bit with the paintbrush. There we go. There's a bit of there. Bit coming in there. There's some damage over here. And then do some on the weapon. To be fair, the weapon can be a bit damaged, couldn't it? Right, I don't know if is that enough, do you think? Don't want to go too crazy with him. Like I said, first time trying this method. Sort of works. Alright, on to the FDM printed miniature. Alright. Hopefully he's dry enough. Alright, let's go for the this area. I need some more on the sponge. Well, that's a big bit of grime, that is. Let's get a big bit on his head as well. Looks good. Oh, thank you very much, Lock CC. Much appreciated. Oh, so we're just practicing. Oh, actually, there was a bit on this guy that I forgot to do. So this back bit, because I forgot to paint him green. They can have a nice big bit on there. There you go. I mean, I was going to be subtle on this guy, but... Alright, there we go. Sort of works, sort of works. Alright, let's put that over there. So then now, with my paintbrush, let's just go... So... There was an area on here where I needed to just fill in the hole a little bit. Right, I need to have a look at some reference images. So let's just have a quick look at a reference image. Right, so I guess the next step is to highlight the areas that I need to do. Let's have a look. Let's figure this out then. So I've already done the green. So if we mix a bit of yellow into that, would that work? Let's have a look. Okay, I think my yellow's dried up. Yep. Put that one away. Right, guys, I'm just searching through my paint drawer. Adding that colour might help. So add in a bit of ungor flesh with some green. Make a nice highlight. Might work. Let's try it. Because we don't want it too light. I mean, that don't look too bad. Probably a little bit too watery now. Yeah, I think that will work. But I do need a thinner brush, actually. Let's go with this one. Too much on there. This isn't the best paintbrush. Could we use, because this paintbrush is not very good. What's this one like? This one might work. Does that give the effect of battle damage? Let me know what you think. Yeah, it looks alright, to be fair, I think. For a quick paint job anyway. Just go around and highlight some areas. Down a little bit. So if we try just go around the areas of the damage, just to highlight some areas around it. Yeah, I think that gives it. Our edge highlights. Yeah. So we're just doing a simple edge highlighting over some of the sharper edges, just to make it stand out a little bit more. Like I say, I just wanted to do like a sort of a quick paint job on this guy. But to be fair, it's turning out all right. We should really do the silver next, really. I mean, it don't help. This paintbrush is terrible. I'm trying to do it so that looks a bit rusty, but we can always go over that in some brown wash. Yeah, that's because at the end of the paint job we can always go over everything. So at the minute, yeah, it looks alright. Now on to this guy with big bits of damage on him. Let's mix in a little bit more of this paint. That one. Yeah, something to pop out a little from the green. Yeah, definitely. See, this is where it comes to the FDM printed one, where it might be a little bit harder because obviously the surfaces aren't proper smooth, and I don't want to do too much highlighting where it's going to pick out like the layer lines and stuff, but we'll give it a go. So like on this top bit, we can sort of go around it. Same with this bit, we can sort of gives it effect of some like sort of fake damage. So if we just highlight the damage a little bit. Just like that. You can't really see it because the light is quite quite strong on the miniature, but to be fair, so far, yeah, you can definitely tell up close that how rough it is, the miniature. But looking at them next to each other, now they're starting to get similar paint jobs. Not bad. Like I say, I'll definitely be happy sort of using this on the tabletop. It's probably a bit too thick highlight, but like I said, this paintbrush isn't the best. What layer height was that dude printed in? Yeah, 0.06. Yeah. I mean, I was tempted to try it in 0.04, but it was just going to take too long, and I wouldn't have been ready to. It wouldn't have been ready in time for tonight. Oh, my screen's gonna automatically turn off. There we go. No, so the whole model itself took a crazy amount of time because it's quite a tall miniature as well. After all the parts, because I did all the parts separately, it was almost, well, I think it was like an 8-9 hour print, which is quite crazy, but. But that's what I find fun about printing miniatures on the FDM printer. Makes sense. He does look quite tall. Yeah. So yeah, compare him to the sniper priest. He is a lot bigger actually. I've never actually looked at them side by side, but yeah, they are a lot bigger. Right, so I think we continue the edge highlighting towards the end, to be fair, because that's when we can neaten everything up. So what I might do next is let's get the silver on. Yeah, let's go with it. Let's get the silver on, and then hopefully it'll start bringing that together. So what we're going to use is the good job the lid was on that. Yeah, we're going to use some lead belcher. Put that in camera view. Lead belcher. And then same again. We'll do the start off with the resin printed one. And I think you definitely know what I'm going to do on this. So when we've done the nice crisp silver, we're going to go over it with a nice wash. It's going to have to be a brown wash in it. I'm not actually sure what colour these are supposed to be. Might just go all silver, to be fair. Keep things simple. So yeah, so we'll just go over everything that needs to be silver. To be fair, just getting that silver in there is just sort of bringing this miniature together nicely. So yeah, let's just do this whole thing silver. I'm not sure what colour it is supposed to be, but I know it's the engine, so maybe I should have done it a bit more like a well, to be fair, when we get the wash on there, that should make we should dirty this up a little bit anyway. I did notice a load of rivets on his armour, so maybe we should do them. Yeah, and let's do these silver as well. I'm guessing these are going to be rivets as well, so we'll probably we'll do them bits as well. Yeah, that's coming on nicely, isn't it? Right, so then I don't want to miss any silver bits because yeah, I always so under his arm. I always miss bits on here. When it comes to painting silver on armor, there's always something I miss. And sometimes it's not until the end of the paint job I'm like, oh, totally missed that. Right, so I think that's mostly all the silver. Probably, let's get these rivets painted actually. And yeah, like I said, we're going to go with a brown wash all over on the silver. The them bits done, and then we'll just I think I have left a bit of a support on here, I believe, yeah, but let's treat that as no, we could paint that bit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that bit silver, like it's got a bit of shrapnel in there in his armor, just there. Look. That'll be alright. And then a bit there. It's actually got rivets all over the place. I think that's all that needs to be silver, doesn't it? There is a bit of chainmail underneath this arm, if I can get to it. What you doing? So I just heard Kirsty coming upstairs. Right, onto the FDM 3D printed miniature. Lock CC. Oh no, my print came off the plate. Oh no. What was you printing? Lock CC. A method that I sometimes do, say if I have got an issue with the bed adhering to, say if your miniature is small that you're doing, on the slicer I add a primitive and then just a cube, and then I make it like 0.4 high, and then I do it so it sort of is a decent area underneath the miniature, and then combined it with the supports. So you've got like a nice sort of brim, I would suppose you would call it. But because most of the miniatures are small, it doesn't make a brim. But like I say, it might be worth doing it. Like I could do like an in-depth video on it, to be fair. I'm really happy how this chainmail's turned out on the FDM printer. Just some dire walls, had some adhesion issues lately. What printer are you using, Lock CC? Is it a Bamboo A1? Yeah, I use Raft. Didn't help in this case. Not quite sure what happened there. Got to investigate. One thing, yeah, the A1 Mini. So yeah, one thing that I always say helps with like prints adhering. So I always use IPA cleaning fluid before pretty much every print. So I spray it on, and because the plate's quite hot, it evaporates quick. So yeah, spray it on, clean it, then go over it again like twice, because it gets rid of all the grease and stuff. Also, I think if you increase the is it the Z offset? I haven't really done it. I've done it on the Anycubic, because that has an issue sometimes when it's printing too high. If you can change your Z offset for the first layer, that might help quite a lot. But yeah, there's nothing worse than you're printing, it's going all okay, and then all of a sudden it just pops off the plate. I think I need to move like the stuff out of view, only the thing that I'm painting, because it keeps zooming in on different things. Not touch the Z offset yet. You have to do it in G code, right? I've not tried it on the Bamboo A1, because it seems alright on that. But on the Anycubic, you can go into the printer settings. You don't have to change any of the code or anything. But yeah, you can change it in the G code. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, it could be just some grease left on the plate, to be fair. Just give it another go, see how it goes. Yeah, happy with that. That's coming together nicely. Got alright itchy nose. Oh yeah, so this is the back bit that went a bit dodgy, but it'll be fine, I'm sure. Once it's painted. Don't know whose Kirsty's on the phone to, but she's very loud downstairs. I'm not sure if you guys can hear her or not. She's quite loud. But yeah, I'm stuck what to test out printing next. So, like I say, I might do some more Trench Crusade. But if anyone's got any suggestion, let me know what they would like to see being attempted to printed on there. No more Mechanicus on there. Adeptus Mechanicus. They were a nightmare to print on there. We managed it, but I mean, it wasn't the best results. There we go. There we go. So the silver's there. Oh no, I've got a bit of silver on there. That's alright though. We'll turn that into battle damage again. Oh. Right, where's there? To be fair, we could just paint that bit actually. Go. I think that's all the silver on there. You can tell a little bit on this back bit where it's a bit more rough. On there, that's a bit rough, but like I say, it's all about is it usable in tabletop, and we can already see it's perfectly fine for tabletop play. Perfectly fine. I'll just paint these bits. So the handle on there, and yeah, Gonna just sort this silver bit out, and we'll do some more battle damage on there. There you go. Right. How's it going, Wiz? Welcome back, mate. Yeah, it's coming on. Yeah, we're getting there. When did you say your Grey Knights are gonna turn up, Wiz? Oh, these paintbrushes are terrible. I know I shouldn't have brought some more cheap ones, but oh well, they'll do for now. Like I say, I don't want to be using my expensive ones on a FDM 3D printed one, because they can damage the bristles a little bit. I think they getting posted out Monday, so possibly Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, nice. Yeah, like I say, I'm looking forward to doing some Grey Knights. That'll be cool, won't it? Right then, so let's find a nice oil wash. Not oil wash. Although there's no wash in that one. Right, now we've got to dig deep for a wash. There's some in there. Don't know, we could use that wash. What's this one? Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh no. Oh no. Good job that did not go onto the floor. That was very lucky, that. Right, in that case then, let's get some wash on this guy. I'm just trying to what brush to use. I could use this one, I suppose. Will be something different. Went large with this model too. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. Yeah. I'll be interested to see how big that is. If it took 5 build plates, that's a massive one. I didn't do the camera shot of the Agrax Earth Shade. Alright, so I'm tempted to do the whole miniature in this. Do you reckon that'll work or not? Do you think that'll be a bit too... Don't know. Might be a bit too much if we did the whole miniature in this. Oh, I ain't done the silver bits on the top bit, I just remembered that. I'm going to do that bit. And brown. This bit. Yeah, I think if I did the whole miniature in this wash, it could make it a bit too dark and a bit too disgusting. Oh, suspicious orange is putting stuff on the chat. What's he saying? Oh, well, it's nice. Posted a photo of your lizard, man. Thing is with obviously I've moved over to YouTube now. I'm not really sure everyone in the Discord. Not sure how many actually use YouTube, because a lot of the community came. Well, we met over at TikTok, didn't we? So I'd have to find out. Because I do really want to try do the multi-stream, but it's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem to work very well. And like I say, I prefer to have this sort of setup than short, horizontal, no, portrait. You know what I mean. Because like I said, at least with this footage of the live stream, I can use it in videos as well. Yeah, that's cool. Let's dull the metal down a bit. Right, before I do the wash, I need to do the metal bit. Metal bits on here, look. They are good though. They've put all the bits for, say, left leg in one bag. Oh, that is good. That is good from them. So yeah, so they're actually sending like a proper model kit out. That's awesome. It's more graft having to watch more chats, etc. Yeah, because when I did do it in the past, I did. I found it quite confusing trying to keep up. Yeah, I'll obviously I'll probably ask Discord like if they do want me to try stream over on TikTok as well, then I'll try figure out a way of doing it properly. Because for some reason when I try do TikTok and OBS, where I stream YouTube, it just doesn't work for some reason. I don't know. I might be doing something wrong. Once I get it, I'll probably once I get it, I'll probably assembly it, prime it, and then start painting it on live. To be fair, you could build it on live. I found a lot of people watching when I was building stuff, because I suppose that is quite satisfying watching someone build like a model kit and stuff. Yeah, these are looking quite cool, isn't it? Right, so next, something I haven't used in a long time, and I don't know if it actually goes out, but it's like a rust effect paint, which I don't actually know where it is. I'm hoping I never chucked it away. Oh, it has leaked though. If I didn't put the lid on properly. Right, I need to have a paintbrush that I don't mind to sacrifice. What shall we use? What was that paintbrush from? This one I'm never going to use again. Yeah, I know. I didn't realise you can see it in the camera. It's quite old. Also, I think in the Discord, a lot of people are just looking for free STL drops, mate. Yeah, no, yeah, that is true. I mean, it ain't a problem. Like, a lot of people obviously are there as well for help for 3D printing, which we are mainly. Well, we are a 3D print channel, so so I don't know really what to test this on first, because I don't want to do it and then it looks rubbish. But I'll tell you what, we could just do it on the. Because it's supposed to look like rust. Do I have another old? I have loads of old brushes. Yeah. Just move my whole bench then. What the hell's Kirsty doing? She's gone crazy. Wet another brick. The problem is this is oil based, I think. A normal colour. So I don't know if that means that water doesn't affect it. I mean, I don't want to add too much. I just thought it would look cool. Just gives a bit more weathered look, doesn't it? Especially out of the creasy bits. Oh, that's probably a bit too much. Good thing with it as well, like you can use a not toothpick, a earbud to wipe it off. But it's hard to get the consistency, because if you have too much, it's just going to cause a massive splodge. Yeah, no, to be fair, I'm happy with let's get rid of that bit. I'm happy with that. I'll just stick some over the gun. Already put some at the back here, haven't I? Yeah, that's looking grim dark, to be fair. Like I said, I just wanted to do like a... Oh, that's probably a little bit too much on there. So that's what I mean. It's hard to get like the good consistency. I mean, I'm happy with that. That's... Have a guess. I'll let you guess. That's the aim of the game. It's one with the grey handle or one with the dark grey handle. Ah, nice one. You win. Yes, it is. You can tell when it's up close, look. But, you know, from a distance, it's not too bad. Now I need to do the bases. Oh, actually, we've got the most perfect thing for this. Going to use some barbed wire. So basically what we do, we just turn it. It was literally the arm that gave it away. To be fair, I am impressed with it. When I first started sort of printing FDM 3D printing miniatures, I was a bit, you know. But then saying that, this was one of my very early ones. I don't know if you can remember this one. But yeah, that was from one of my really early 3D prints on the FDM printer. And I mean, I'm still happy with that. That's still playable. You can still use that in Warhammer. Seen a few on TikTok, and it's areas like capes that give it away. Yeah, so there's a new thing that I have started doing a bit more now. It's called adaptive layer lines. So if you look at this guy, the sniper. I've just got brown paint on my computer. Yeah, if you look on the... One minute. Move that out of the way. Yeah, if you look on like the this guy, so the adaptive layer line smooths the areas. So I mean, there's still obviously dodgy areas where, like round there, but that is super up close. So. But yeah, you can sort of see how clean that is. But yeah, with the adaptive layer lines, that does help a lot. So I just dropped my paintbrush and all the glue, all the paint went on my computer, on my nice white computer case. Yeah, there's more people. There's a lot more people printing miniatures on the FDM printer now. And like I said, when I get my new printer, when it turns up, I'm not sure when it's gonna be yet. I'll look forward to testing out miniatures on that as well. Actually, I might do a long bit of that. Yeah, exactly. Because where when I moved the room around, obviously I was that side. I was that side, and the paint is all on the floor under there. But there's a settee in the way, and Kirsty never see it, so got away with that one until it's time to move the settee. Which isn't going to be for a while, to be fair. Or if someone tells her. But yeah, what we can do is just wrap it round. Paintbrush. Just like that. Like. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have used this paintbrush because it's got the weird shape to it, and then let's do a thinner one. There we go. There we go. And now we've got some nice barbed wire. I knew there was a reason I brought this stuff. Just dropped it. Where's it gone? Where the hell's it gone? I don't know where it's gone. Ah, here it is. I stood on it. Oh well. Gives it more of a battle look, doesn't it? So I'm thinking if we do it sort of. Probably that's a little bit too big. Let's try condense it down a little bit. To be fair, we could have it like that. Yeah, let's do it like that. I do that a lot with plastic brush covers. What, drop them on the floor? And we'll just sprinkle some gravel on there, or whatever you call it. And what we could do, spray a little bit of activator to make sure that has set. Same on this one. Yeah, that's why I have no plastic covers for my paintbrushes. Alright, so let's quickly paint the Paint the bases. Not really sure what colour. Obviously we're going to do a dark brown because obviously it's going to be mud. Suppose you just do a few layers of dark brown, wouldn't you? Have you ever looked into Trench Crusade? I was reading some more of the rules last night. It does seem quite a simple game to get into. It seemed a bit odd at first with the plus dice and minus dice sort of thing, but once you sort of work that out, it don't actually seem too bad. Oh, it's coming together nicely now that the bases are on there. Well, the bases are getting painted, I should have said. Yeah, but they're clear, so take. I've been looking at soft pastels to make my own weathering pigment. Oh, forgot about pastels. To be fair, I'm not really sure how you use pastels. I have got some. But do you just crush them up so it makes like a powder and you just dab them on? Maybe I could try that on this. Forgot about pastels. Yeah, it has some really interesting models, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm debating what to... Oh, I've got a bit on the foot. Oh well, he's got a dirty foot now. Yeah, I was debating what to try print next. Because the Heretics have some really crazy models. But also as well, like I was like really looking into like there's bolt action as well, where they're like World War II figurines, and obviously I'm always painting 40k, which is obviously all futuristic stuff, and I did fancy doing some like old style yeah, like World War II stuff, and that's where sort of Trench Crusade is quite good for that, because there is a lot of miniatures. I know obviously back in the day they never had these suits, but we can do traditional sort of army style paint schemes. Alright, so we'll let that dry. There was areas I did forget. Just scrape them onto a paper towel, then you use a brush. Alright, Wiz, this is you're gonna have to give me a lesson here. I've never used them before. So I have these. So then what would we do? Use this brown one, scrape it on a bit of something. What is it? Do you just sort of like dab it on? Yeah, when you apply it with a brush. So would you use like a dry brush? Where would we go, like here? Oh yeah. Oh, that makes a nice rust. Oh, you can't see it. That actually makes a really nice rust, that. Look at that. Now that is cool. Now that is cool. Now look at that. Look at that. Good job you're here. That actually makes it really cool. Right. So then now the barrel is going to be proper rusty. I'm guessing that's what you do. You blow it. I suppose. Oh, I didn't really work on that. Yes, there we go. That's what we was after. Oh, now it's definitely weathered. Look at that. No, it's still wet at the minute. I don't know how it'll work. Oh yeah, that works. I just don't want to get that paint on that though. Maybe we let that dry a minute. All right. So what other colour do you reckon we do with the chalk, or do you reckon that'll be enough for now? Would it act as a wash? I don't know. I'm guessing after you've done this though, you're gonna have to matte. Yeah, you're gonna have to matte lacquer to make sure it doesn't. But yeah, I'm happy with that. That actually makes a really nice weathering effect. That's the problem with me. I get excited with a new technique and I just want to do it on the whole thing. So that's the barrel, that's fine. Right, that's good. I knew I got these chalks for a reason. Might actually act as a pigment wash. Yeah, could do, to be fair. Alright, so let's do some there, under there, under there, under there, bit there, bit there. It sort of transforms it, doesn't it? That is actually cool. Let me get a one of these Q-tips and just see if you can manipulate it a bit. Oh yeah, you can. Base is still wet, but this one's not. Alright, let's try the sorry, when every time I blow into the mic. Actually, the mic's there. Hopefully, you can't hear it too bad. Got a new technique for your arsenal now. Yeah, I know. Like, to be fair, that even looks nice on that base. Learned that from Mon. Oh, nice. Next time you see him, tell him you taught him taught that trick to me. Oh, I have to clean that brush now. Oh, I don't know if I just got chalk all over my nose now. Yeah, I'm going to have to leave that to dry a sec. But while we wait for that one, what we could do is just do a light. What colour would go nice to just give some of them stones a highlight? What could we use? Don't know if this is going to be a bit too light, but we can try it. To be fair, we could leave the base like that. It's a muddy battlefield, isn't it? So it doesn't need to be crazy. Best thing is I haven't actually used it. To be fair, then I've had these for ages. Because ages ago I see someone use them for something painting wise. And I just got them cheap from a hobby shop, and I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. I'm glad I did now. Yeah, because I didn't even think about using it on bases, but that's like gave a nice sort of, yeah, the mudded base effect, didn't it? I mean, to be fair, I'm happy with these how they are. Like I said, we just wanted to do a quick paint job so we can do a comparison. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Alright, let's have a little tidy up. Then we'll get the rims painted on the bases. Wiz, I don't know if this I don't know what's happened, but have I actually finished some miniatures in a stream? I don't know if this was possible. I don't know where the black. No, I'll keep that to. I mean, I have just mixed it in with the other brushes. Where have I put it? Where have I put it? I actually know where I've just put that. Oh, I'll find it, I'm sure. First First time for everything, I suppose. Definitely. Ted Strand, thank you very much for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Oops. This is the satisfying bit when you're finishing off a miniature and you just painting the rims. Tell you what, Chris, you have brushes of all shapes and size. Yeah. I just have very random ones. Okay, we'll let them dry. Have a little pack up. Just put them in view. See, like from that distance, you can't tell what's FDM printed. You should get a cutting mat with your logo on it. Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. I mean, it looks like I'm working on a wooden top, but I'm not. It's just a vinyl wood effect on a bit of Dibond board, which is aluminium, if you don't know. Totally not stolen from work. That's one thing I've got to get in the habit of, is make sure I tidy my work area after every stream, because it got a bit messy for when I was doing all the streams last time. I just left everything out and then oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I'm happy with them. Pull these away. Nice. Right. The bases are still wet, but Wooly, you will see the video anyway of these, but these turned out quite good. Better than I thought they would anyway. Especially with just doing it out not with my normal method anyway, because obviously normally these would be airbrushed, but they're painted. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, like I say, I'll be doing some more live streams and stuff. So keep an eye out, and yeah, I'll see everyone later. See everyone in the next one. Bye.